Being non-binary makes me feel like nothing and everything all at once, and I don't know what to do with myself.
I knew that I had to write it. I had to bring it to life on screen. The world needed it. It didn't exist in the canon. It was characters that we just hadn't seen before, dynamics we hadn't explored before, in a way that was like digestible and approachable. And it felt like getting to be of service to that in some way as an artist. If I was the person who could help get this story told to and brought to larger audiences, then I would do everything in my power to do so. And that's really where it stemmed from. I love Mason's work in this book, and I wanted as many people as possible to experience these characters in the way that I experience them and the way that they help me.
There's this really beautiful thing that Nathan does with Ben, which is just allowing them to be who they are at any given moment. I think for Ben, one of the big struggles with this journey is like learning to be seen, just in general. I really just don't think Ben could have done that without Nathan's attention and like presence. I think it's like something that everybody figures out for themselves, and it's obviously very singular, but it's hopeful, and I hope that people can be inspired by that.
I think that you see what happens when you support children or you make children feel like there's something wrong with them, and how that affects your child. And when you have a child or anyone in your life, we all want to be loved and accepted for who we are, through kindness and through compassion. And when we don't, you create a lot of chaos. I think that when you see Hannah and their teacher be supportive, and the relief that Ben feels from having that kind of support, you see that that's the way to go.
Everyone's queer journey is completely different and unique. I think Nathan knew that the strongest thing he could offer Ben was presence and total openness to whatever version of Ben Nathan was going to receive that day. Relationships, especially queer relationships, are really complicated and dynamic, especially when, we are all continuously finding ourselves and expanding. It's one thing to be able to be present with someone and to offer up love and receive that love back. And it's a whole other thing to be able to understand that that love is going to continue to change shapes, change flavors, change textures, because as we continue to get to know ourselves, the way we love, the way we exist, the way we move it's going to be ever changing.
I think as an actress also, okay, I'm going to be taught by these moments as well, and just sink into that feeling of what it is to be a mom, and sink into this feeling of what it is to be supporting someone through something I'm still learning about. I was also so impressed by Corey as an actor and really lost in those moments. But yes, I think it's important to participate, and I feel Hannah participates in their experiences.
When we were making this movie, it was really clear to me that I didn't want to live in the trauma of coming out, but I wanted to live in the exploration of how different generations and people in your neighborhood and community could respond to something that they didn't necessarily understand. The stakes felt way less severe when we were making this movie, even though I knew as a trans person the realities of being trans in the South. I can't think of a worse and better time for a movie like this to come out in theaters. I think people need to be shown compassion and empathy and love. They need to be shown that if they're not equipped to care for a trans kid, they can be supportive by finding people who can, that mutual aid can come from anywhere in the world, that teachers shouldn't be silenced and blocked from helping their students if they're in need, that siblings and friends and lovers should all show up to buoy somebody just on the basic status of both being human beings in a world that's hard enough. Showing up with love is, to me, so much more of an act of resistance than violence. I love the fantasy of this film of like, what if we didn't constrict queer kids and force them into a place of like depression and scarcity? What if we uplifted them and offered them a space to actually expand? And it is in many ways a fantasy in this movie, because that is not the reality for so many queer kids in the world, but it hopefully serves as a blueprint of what could be.